Very good evening, everyone. Thank you for everyone for joining. Um, Let me introduce with all my age buddy pods I have Mr. Naman, uh, Mr. Parth Kevadia, and Miss Angel. And I would also put a lot of grateful thanks to Mr. Shivi Srivastav sir. So good evening, everyone, once again. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Shivi Srivastava, sir, which is an experienced aviation professional and entrepreneur with more than 15 years of industry experience he holds. Sir is currently working as an operations. Sir had been working in operations at Chelabi Ground Handling in Delhi Private Limited Airport for the last 9 years and helped setting up many of the operation structure and co-founded them, and is also the co-founder of director of Holiday of Dreams. What makes this interaction even more special for us is that sir is an alumnus of UPS and belonged to the second pioneer batch of aviation management at our UPS. Being among the early batches, sir has witnessed the growth and transformation of the aviation industry very closely and built a strong experience and expertise in the operations management, project planning, and team leadership with empathy. We are truly grateful today to have this opportunity to interact with someone who has both corporate aviation experience and entrepreneurial exposure. We look forward to learning from Sir's journey today, industry insights, and some guidance for students aspiring to build a perfect and precise career in aviation and operations. Most heartily welcome to you, sir, and thank you for joining us today. We will begin with some of our questions. Sir, anything you have to say on before we proceed?
Thank you so much for the brief introduction, and thank you so much for having me. We shall start with the questions, please.
Good morning, sir. Uh, my first question is, with your extensive experience in airline operation and ground handling, what major changes have you observed in aviation industry over the years?
See, when we talk about ground handling or aviation industry as a whole, there are few things which has changed over the years, and there are few things which have been the same also. Something which is there is, as we say it is the safest mode of transport. So when we see industry as a whole, this has not changed. But when we see as a bigger picture, lapses on different levels have increased uh, in past over the period of time. If you see the incidents which has happened from 2005 to 2020, if we take a benchmark, and when we see accidents happening from 2020 to 2026, there you can see a quantum change, and that particular change is quite significant. So this is something which has changed over the period of time, and that's definitely one of the reasons is the sensitivity towards the learning, the manpower, the trained manpower which has been used, the training procedures which have been used has seen a significant downfall in past few years, uh, maybe half a decade and or more. So these are the two major things which I can say that something which has changed and something which has not changed.
Thank you, sir.
So, sir, as someone involved in the operation management, what skills and qualities do you believe that aviation companies expert from fresh graduates today?
See, primarily, part if we say try to list down few qualities or few criterias or skill set, if we say so, there when we talk about operations is a very dynamic field altogether. So when we talk about operations, we can try to identify at least two sides of operation. One is the decision making, which involves a lot of presence of mind, a lot of subject knowledge, A lot of hard work which will come obviously with the subject knowledge, that is definitely there. Plus an individual, he or she needs a very specific kind of a skill set which would help in decision making. Because when we talk about the flight operations or the ground operations for that matter, decision making is something which matters a lot, because even a 30-second delay or maybe a minute delay can come with a financial implication. So everything and anything and everything which is required for decision making will definitely be one of the skill sets which is required. It could be subject matter frameworks, it could be marketing strategies, it could be something which is required on board or on ground, as far as the licensing is concerned, as far as the training is concerned, which I mentioned earlier also. So if I like to sum it up in maybe two three bullet words, hard work is definitely there, because nothing comes without hard work. Something which I would say as subject matter knowledge is definitely second one. Analytical skills, which will definitely help in decision making. When we talk about day-to-day operations, we need presence of mind. Common sense is, which is very common nowadays. So yes, common sense is also one of the things. So, and these kind of things cannot be developed, if we say it per se. But yes, with due communication practices and with a lot of knowledge and few more things associated with that, can definitely try to identify few areas where an individual is lacking, and then we can fix up things, and basically identifying the gaps and filling those gaps with the best possible options. Ravi, you're on mute.
Definitely. Thank you, sir. So, in short insight, just can you get insight of your work experience based on like you have an experience of working in Celebi ground handling for the last more than 10 years, and you are also holding an entrepreneur business right now, of which is of your own ownership, like Holiday of Dreams, as we know. So, how does all those recruitment and selection process usually work? If you have to say in your perspective of from aviation domain and operation supply chain.
See, if I see as a recruiter, there are few things which I look forward as an employer or as a recruiter. There are very few things which I look forward, and then rest can have a backseat also. Like when we have a car, we have one driving seat. So there are drivers which are necessary for an individual. For me, those drivers are: one is your attitude has to be correct towards the learning, towards the subject. Your attitude has to be correct. Aptitude, more or less, might work, but attitude, more or less, might not be the right thing. Okay. Second is when you are at any situation, how you react, how you take it forward. You panic or you don't panic. You try to identify options, or you are just here, as a very old saying, that you are here with a problem or you are here with a solution. Okay, so this kind of a thing which I look forward for. Communication is definitely, as I always say, that it is not like Hindi or English or any other third, fourth language. Communication is something which is beyond language. Language is just a medium of communication. If you have the knowledge, if you have the sincerity, if you have done your hard work in previous organizations could be your graduation, your 10 plus 2, and your existing organization, your MBA. Uh, those hard work will definitely get reciprocated. So there are few. These are the few drivers which I look forward as a recruiter.
Sir, I would like to know what are the skills and the behavior which are, which helps in differentiating the successful candidates.
Naman, there are very few very specific things which even as a student or maybe as a candidate you can also identify that first and foremost you one should have a optimistic approach towards anything. One should look for a holistic should have an holistic approach. A myopic approach might not help in a longer run. Plus one should always think of a better opportunity post an opportunity, that how this opportunity will create more doors to open for. So these are the few things which I would say, I would suggest as a recruiter to a candidate. Plus, how well you understand as an opportunity, that which opportunity can take you where. Plus, if you have a specific kind of a skill set, are you able to identify a right opportunity for yourself? If not, are you taking help from someone? If yes, how that particular person is uh, helping you out, how what kind of a guidance you are getting in, are you getting the right kind of guidance or not. So there are few things which might be a concern as a candidate for you, and could be a serious concern as a recruiter for me as well. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier also, communication could be one of the drivers. But yes, communicating your learnings in whatever language hardly matters. But when it comes to hard work has only one language. Only the sweat and blood will take you to places. Then again, subject matter knowledge will take you to places. There is no shortcuts if we say it in a bigger picture. When we talk about decision making, there are tools of decision making. You should know about the tools which are being used in the industry for decision making. It could be it could be a simple basic framework. There are more than 100 frameworks which can be applied in any kind of situation. So handpicking the right kind of framework and putting in that particular business problem is the key to maybe a lot of situations which you might be able to handle in a much easier way as compared to any other candidate or maybe friend of yours or maybe colleagues of yours.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your valuable time to interact with us today. Your insight about the aviation industry, recruitment process, and the skills required for fresh graduates were truly informative and inspiring for all of us. So, like you have mentioned, such a good point that good communication and attitude matters the most in the aviation industry, and ability to work under pressure and sweat and blood, hard work is what all matters for a fresher graduate to for this industry. So once again, I would like to thank you on behalf of all of us. So we genuinely appreciate your guidance, experiences, and advice shared during the session, and it was a great learning opportunity for us. So before we end the pod, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for joining us today. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for inviting me. Okay. So take care.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.